record, winning by an average of 28.5, so not quite as high as Xylo, but still definitely popping off. We have 10 seconds to the first matchup. I think most people are picking Xylo, but I'm now seeing a few people starting to move their channel points to Red Sun. We'll see which one comes
People
out
hear
on
what
top.
I say and change their opinions. What can I say?
Yes, IPS has predicted it. So we're jumping in game number one. We have our two undefeated teams, Xylo and Red Sun, taking on each other. IPS, why don't you take it away with what you're seeing from these two team comps?
All right. So Ranger Starfish once again. And to start off, Xylo coming out the same comp they came out last set. And on the side of Red Sun, we are seeing, of course, that Junior, that shot, that not, that's cool and all. But then you got that Cocteau Brush. And right there, that is the thing I was talking about. That's the weapon there that might put Xylo in a disadvantage. Because supposedly, according to Stormy, they're not so good against brushes. So we might see here right now Tina putting in the work for them. As you see, Dino here already scared that brushes all the way back there, just waiting. As you see Bluegun on the flank with that armor, maybe looking to make something happen here. He's going to take the fight against Tina, actually. But he's probably going to have to back as they were spotted by people, as there's 3 on that left side. So probably not the smartest thing to take that fight there. See Admi here on the left side against Action. Ooh, he's one shot right now. He's going to have to back. 2 do go down on the side of Red Sun. As we see now, Dino K is going to push up with this Rainmaker. There's only 2 up right now. Okay, good pick there by Delta. And it seems like for now, Xylo's push is going to be stopped at 46. As Red Sun is going to get back their control of their street. And also going to reset the Rainmaker back into mid. But it seems like even with that, Xylo's still going to get the pop again. With all those bombs and that pressure. As they do have triple suction bomb and the splat bomb. Which, Stormy, that's really easy to pop the Rainmaker. So right now, what do you think Red Sun needs to do to get Xylo to push back here?
What I think Red Sun needs to do is pressure that Charger. Because I'm going to be honest, they have somewhat of a advantage with the comp they're running. We're going to know backline comp on Rainmaker, and Xylo would kind of stick with a Charger. So if they could put pressure on that A Street of Action, like we talked about it last week, he's so good on that A Street. And he always has armor at the ready, so they have to take him out. And if they can pressure that Charger and keep him down most of the time with his specials, then they can take this game.
Definitely. As you say that, they do pick the Charger. They're going to make a push their own here. Hammer also coming out. And Delta looking to go down with that Rainmaker, but just Xylo just holding that position the best they can. And lead is not going to go to the side of Red Sun as 2 go down. The side of the pop, though, Beam trying to sneak it in there, but he knows he's not going to be able to get that, so he's going to opt to maybe just play it safe for now. Really smart play by him there. But as you said, though, Stormy, yeah, they have to put pressure on Charge, but another thing I like to say, right, I feel like what a lot of people underestimate is putting pressure on a H3, right? We see Action, he can get picks, he can win fights, but that's at a range. If you get close to a H3, no matter how good that H3 is, you could even put Obito in that situation. And he is going to struggle because Jesus sucks at close range. And you see a comp here, you got Brush, you got Shot, you got Junior. You gotta get close up to that H3 to get those picks. But as I was saying here, we see
there's the brush. They
weren't paying attention. And if Tina here is gonna run Rainmaker with Hammer though, which might not be the play. As very good pick there by Action to maybe still have push a little bit. Although Donnie here is just going to have to throw bombs and stay back for the time being, as Beam is going to try to go in. And this seems like it might be lead for Red Sun. But Blue here coming with a really clutch pick, and Tina going down as well. All that's left now is Admir on Snipe, who's going to have to back once again. And honestly, Red Sun just coming in so close to get that lead, but just Xylo keeping their positions. They're standing their ground. They're not letting themselves get pushed back. So Red Sun's going to have to find a way to force them to move back. They're just going to have to kill them. It's that simple. Say that
Rainmaker goes down. Rainmaker goes down.
Yeah, but again, Xylo's gonna get popped again, and Tina's on that left alone.
This is
gonna pick on Blue though, and it seems like right now this is gonna be a push for Red Sun. They could get lead here. Yup, it seems like they're gonna get the lead, and even more as they get the 36. Armor still ready for Xylo though, so they do get the pop, and right now Xylo's gonna have to get control again. They do get down. They do get the brush down. They're pushing up on Admir, who's trying to back up. He will get away. And it seems like right now Xylo is still trying to get mid-control back, and the Rainmaker is going to reset.
Red Sun is just playing on the sides of the corners, and Xylo is just not watching it, but Then I'm watching them, and the brush, going to be honest, is dying a lot. They are able to fight off this brush, but at that moment, they just weren't prepared. They were behind them, and that's why Redstone was able to take that lead, and now they're in a position to take this game.
Definitely 2 down on the side of Xylo right now. Redstone
3 down.
3 down. They're taking advantage of that lead, and are just gonna pretty much play with the fact that Xylo is trying to make their own plays now. Just pushing even more, maybe going for even more points. Do get 1 down right now. At 30, maybe go 3 more. Do get a pick on Blue.
Run it.
Another pick on Action. They're just gonna go. Maybe for the KO here. Do get it to 6, and with 5 seconds left, Xylo's gonna get the pop here and grab it immediately. They're gonna lose right here, but they do grab it just in time. But they have to go from their own goal all the way to the other side to at least 5. Which I'm gonna be honest right now, if Tina can get in a position and Xylo's to notice, that's gonna be game. We gotta see some clutch plays coming out from Xylo right now. They do get the brush down though, and they're gonna try getting into mid. They do get in mid.
They gotta be so patient.
Yeah, definitely. But they only have 35 seconds. They can't be completely patient. They gotta move. They do pop. Redstone does pop armor, but does go down at the same time.
Oh my God!
Did come out.
The patience. The special coordination coming out on the side of Xylo, and I don't know if it's going to be enough, but they are getting picked. Oh my God, they get 2! Oh!
But the inkjet by Admir clutching it out there for Red Sun as they do take game 1.
Yo, dude, I feel like Xylo had that. If that inkjet misses, Xylo kills that inkjet immediately after it misses that shot. So Admir with that pick was huge, and it wasn't the KAs on the side of Redstone that got him that win. It was just them lurking on the sides the entire time, waiting for opportunity, and they got it.
That was impressive, and a lot of people predicting Xylo, and they're now going down 1-0. Of course, it's a best of 5, and there's plenty of games to play here, but this is feeling like, to me, we set up Xylo after the first 2 weeks as like this dominating force that cannot be stopped, even coming off a low ink win. And now we're seeing the cracks, guys. We're seeing them. They're not this god that is just above everybody else in this amateur scene. Red Sun taking win 1. Of course, they got a ways to go though, so it's still anyone's matchup at this point. And Stormy, you're talking a lot about Tina on that brush. Only 7 KA, so not getting those picks, not getting those kills. But is it just the distraction, or was the brush really not the main factor that led Red Sun to that victory?
I feel like it's definitely the distraction, because I told you how when we played against, we had our brush player. Like, the brush doesn't have to do a lot. Like I said, brush is just mainly a distraction. Honestly, high KAs coming from a brush is just extra, to be honest. But so yeah, it's really the distraction. And from Xylo, I talked about that charger. Like, it's not bad that they have a charger. It's just it doesn't work in the favor of them. Like, Xylo is overall a really aggressive team, and Dino is an amazing charger. But against a team like Red Sun with that brush, it's just really deadly. And I'm going to be honest, I don't see that same Xylo today that we're seeing from Low Ink. Because that Xylo Low Ink was something else. That was impressive. This Xylo we're seeing right now was just not at their best and not at top of their game. And we're seeing them just fall under the pressure, and hopefully they can turn us around.
Oops. I did pick up I picked the wrong, yes. My bad. I actually jumped to map 3 thinking we were on the 3rd game. So we're going to have to reset the lobby to get back to Clan Blitz New Albacore Hotel. But that gives us a chance, IPS. What does Xylo need to do to get us to that 1-1?
I mean, the brush, like you said, didn't get a massive KA, but they did get the picks that started that push by just going to the sides. In the 1 second that Xylo did not notice them, they got the picks. And then, Red Sun just pushed. And that was it, they got to make sure, of course, don't get completely distracted in the brush. If you get completely distracted in the brush, you'll get pushed on the people in front of you, and you'll die then. But you always got to remember in the back of your head, if I don't see the brush in front of me, he is probably behind me or to the side of me, and I need to make sure that I watch, you got to have like a third eye, maybe even 4. You got to make sure you always know and be aware that there is a chance that a brush is going to flank you. Because if you're not aware and you get flanked and you go down, that brush now got you, has control of where you died, and is able to go from there with their team to make an even bigger push.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for game number 2 since we have a moment. Just want to shout out the last couple follows, AJ and the Diolas, I think is how to say your name. So thank you, and thank you during this reset of the lobby. I just want to say thank you again to the staff. We got Stormy, Swift, and IPS here today on commentating, but so many other people, whether that's stats or media or just organizing the league, helping out in any way they can. Thank you so much to our staff. You guys are amazing. And thank you guys to the donations that have come in so far. Remember, you can use that donation link or sub. And 90% of donations will go to the prize pool or from bits. And $1.50 per sub will go to the prize pool, which will go 60% to pro, 30% to amateur, 10% to academy. And thank you so far to Anonymous and Nikki as our top donators to that prize pool. Much love to you guys. Thank you for the support, and the 50 plus people viewing here today. Thank you guys for supporting these teams. And hopefully, guys, now that we have these teams back into the lobby, guys, give me a percentage. I'm hopeful, but what is the percentage we're actually going to see a 5-game series now out of Xylo and Red Sun after that first game was fairly close?
In my opinion, I feel like the teams are still very even. I feel like if Red Sun keeps playing the game they're playing and, keeps taking advantage of that brush, they're going to take this. But if Xylo does find a counter to that brush, that is where Red Sun's going to be in danger, because if then Tina can't do anything, that's the main thing about brush, right? If a brush can do something, it's big. But if a brush can't do anything, you're essentially going to start playing like a 3v4. Because then you have a weapon that can't do anything because it's a gimmicky weapon. It has a gimmick that it needs to pull off. If it can't pull off that gimmick, you're screwed. It's like unlike a weapon like Not, where it has multiple things it can do. So if it can't do one thing, it can do another thing. You know what I mean?
Yep. I'm feeling like there's even, I'm going to say 60% chance this goes to a game 5. Stormy, how are you feeling about it?
I'm going to be honest. Xylo needs to win this match here, because the third match is, if I recall correctly, is Humpback Punch X Zones, right?
Yep. Uh-oh.
Am I right? Humpback Punch X Zones.
Yeah, you're right.
Punch
You
X
just
Zones?
cut out for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, that's fine. So that brush is going to turn from a distraction to a slayer on that map. Brush does so much work there, especially the one with Stamp, and that's the one Tina's using. Yep. So Xylo, in my opinion, Xylo needs to win this match right here if they want to have any chance of winning this set. If they don't, they're probably screwed.
Well, we'll see. We are about ready to jump in. Bear D, thank you so much for the follow. Much love to you. We are ready now, finally, for game number 2 after I screwed up the lobby. So let's jump into it. We got New Albacore Hotel Clan Blitz between Xylo and Red Sun. IPS, take us away.
Before I start, I know Birdie wanted me to give him a shout out on stream. Birdie, you're great. Anyway, let's begin here. We got Red Sun again versus Xylo here on Clan Blitz Albacore, as we see Blue coming out with his own V Nautilus, as well as Dino K back on this V Bamboo. And we see on the side of Red Sun as well with the V Nautilus with the Tenebrella and again the Cocktail Brush. So pretty interesting stuff here. Stormy, what do you think of that V Naut? That's something you don't see very often anymore.
This Naut here is not one we see often. It's the one with baller and point sensors. I am curious as to why they would pick that one, but maybe they have a plan for it. And another weapon I want to point out is this Tenebrella on the side of Red Sun. That is a major push starter here on maps like Albacore, especially on that bridge, and it has the bubbles and the beacons. You're going to have so much control of mid, and they're going to have really good pushes if they can find the picks for it. As we're seeing that right now.
Right now we see Tina's just pushed up there. It does go down right now though, but I have a feeling the side of Red Sun, the V Naught pick is a bit strange, but I feel like on the side of Xylo, maybe the V Naught pick was for that point sensor against that brush, which could make sense definitely, since it has a lot of slaying power, but also has that point sensor to, of course, scout out the brush and baller for Clan Blitz. So it does seem like that's the plan that right now Xylo's running with right now. As we see Action pop armor here, and maybe looking for this pick on the Nautilus in mid, who does pop baller, but I think it's shredded, does not get shredded actually, and I think is able to back up, as right now it seems to be just a massive mid-fight stalemate here, as one does go down the side. Blue here is going to try to push this Tenebrella, is going to have 2 on him though, is maybe able to get this tank, who does actually jump out. There is one in mid though that Blue maybe is going to go for, but is maybe he'll get, does get a pick on the Junior there. You're nearly getting a trade there. Very good play by Delta, nearly getting that pick, but fortunate. Dino here now is in mid with this bamboo, is going to assert dominance here, but as I said, he does back up. Maybe going for this right side right now is Stormy. Honestly, right now, Xylo and Redstone, we see T here going to the right side. It just seems like, other than that, it seems to be a massive mid stalemate, you know?
Yeah, definitely a mid stalemate, but we're seeing the pairing of this brush and tent. This could be an opportunity for Redstone to push in as they got off all of these missiles, and now this Tenebrella, like I said, is such a great pick for this match. He can do stuff like this and open push opportunities, and Xylo's behind him. This is trouble.
Yeah, right now Kumo here is going to try to come from behind, but might get pushed from both sides here. Delta trying to throw clams across for his team. Tina coming out with the hammer on this right side, trying to make plays. 2 do go down. Amir, I think it's a double. Right now, just Xylo's just going down one by one. He's extremely staggered, and Red Sun is just getting the picks right now. They're just not letting Xylo, try getting their own control, and Xylo right now is, like I said earlier, it seems like when they're down and losing, it seems like they kind of lose composure and start, feeding or putting themselves in bad positions, So we're seeing that right now, and Dino here is gonna try push mid maybe, but it's just kind of sitting here waiting for an opportunity as the Nautilus from Redstone here is gonna put pressure back at him. But yeah, right now, Stormy, what do you think Xylo needs to do to actually get back in here?
What Xylo needs to do is first of all is get Action to start doing some work. Action just completely being zoned out by the weapons comes from Red Sun, and if Action can't do work, then Xylo can't do anything. So, and then the only amount of range they have is from Dino on his bamboo. They're running genuinely short-range weapons, and this is causing them a lot of problems. And once Action gets to work, then Xylo can go ahead and take this game.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be close now, though. This might be the opportunity they have, as they have 29 clams at the ready. They do have, they pick on Tina. It's a massive pick there. If they can just push
the middle's wide open. This is going to be a lead change.
Action here is going to have to get in there, guess the lead change here. Dino, though, with 9 clams, going to get himself. They do get a pick on Vertigo, as now 2 of the players are on snipe. Still one on that right, so they're not able to get in at all. Dino's going to keep putting that pressure. Delta on this sponge, trying to make something happen. It's going to drop down, but maybe picked up Action. Action gets that close range kill. Dino here having a fight against Vertigo. Vertigo does go down as well. That's 3 down on the side of Red Sun, but the clam basket does go back up. And now with a penalty of 35, it seems like now with the 10 seconds left, it seems really right now the focus of Xylo should be to just defend and keep that control.
Oh man, Red Sun needs to do so much to get this lead back. They need to find the picks, they need to find the clams, as they're being oh no!
They just rushed in with the clams there just to try to get that overtime to end quickly. Very risky play, but they do pull it off though.
If they don't get that clam in, that's a lead change. Once again, Arista would take that game. Like you said, a risky play, but Xylo just pulled it off. When you see a Kumu using that inkjet to get 10 kills and carry us into victory.
Well, now we are 1-1 in this best of 5. I'm telling you, this is going to a game 5 between these two teams. This is real close. Red Sun almost had me convinced that they were going to take that game after holding the lead for about 4 minutes, or at least up until that 1 minute was left, until Xylo just blew them open out of the water there at the end.
Completely.
Stormy, what was the key to victory there for Xylo taking that one back?
It's like I said, Action just needed to get to work, and as I was talking about it, we saw him get a pick, and once he got that pick, he had armor. And to be honest, and this is something that some lower level teams don't understand, is that when you get a pick, you pretty much start your push. Action gets that pick. He has armor. He pops it. Boom. There's your push. And then, then we got Blue coming from the side with that Nautilus. And we got Akumu coming from the right with that Octoshot and that Inkjet. And it's just proved to be a deadly combination to push and just blocking Red Sun out for a good portion of that match. And that's why Exile was able to take that game.
Yeah, it's definitely not a huge loss to Red Sun taking that unfortunate match loss, but it's just 1-1 so far right now, so it's definitely still anybody's series. It would have been, I'm sure, a lot more comfortable for Red Sun to go up 2 over Xylo. I mean, I'm sure they'd be feeling a lot better than now, essentially having to play a best of 3, and whoever wins two of the next 3 matches gonna take this one home. But our teams are ready, so I'd say let's just jump into it. We got splat zones on Humpback Pump Track. Whoever wins this one is now going to be up 2-1 in this best of 5. So this is a very important game, number 3, coming right at you.
I want to also shout out quickly the follow by Kenshin, my man from Germany. But as we get into this match here, we see on the side of Xylo, we see that Slosher, which I've said before in Academy streams and amateur streams, in any match we've seen Humpback, Slosher is just good on Humpback, and really interesting choice here by coming to pull this out. Probably going to pull this out over that Supe from the last time. Meanwhile, on the side of Red Sun, we see basically the usual comp they run with a 52 in there as well. So interesting to see what's going to happen here, as they do have armor and currently have control of the zone and the map, it seems. So Booyah Bomb coming out from Beam here is going to throw it on the left side. Although the Slosher does get Tina, and Bomb Rush is at the ready for Xylo, so this might be the opportunity for them to push in here. Although, as I say, that 2 do go down on the side of Xylo. Another thing I actually would like to point out is I think Action is on the Junior this match. So, Stormy, what do you think of that?
I feel like it's a good switch because Junior is definitely a lot better here. But we're seeing Red Sun just go ahead and take dominance. It's like I talked about, how I told you that Red Sun was probably going to win this game, and they're showing dominant because of the brush they have, able to hold down these ledges, and that's where Xylo has to focus on taking out that brush. And that Slosher pick on the side of Xylo is a really good pick, to be honest, and it can contest that brush quite a bit. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, right now, seeing there is specials coming out. They do get that brush. They're really quick on the brush, although zone is going to be kept for Xylo for now. And right now, only special at the ready for Red Sun is the injury that which does come out, but is going to go down. And right now, we see the brush going to make their own play. Is going to get the pick on Action. But right now, the sticky situation is going to pop Hammer, maybe looking to make a play happen. If Xylo's careful right now, Booyah Bomb does come out as well, and zone's going to go back to Red Sun.
It's just like I said, that brush on this map, in that situation, that brush should have been dead, but because of how the map is shaped, it was just able to get that pick and recapture the zone for their team, and that just buys them more time to come back.
Yeah. Right now, if Xylo wants to win this, they're going to have to watch whenever, because Red Sun is definitely trying to make a bit of hero plays, and they're working, of course. But Xylo's going to have to try to push back those hero plays, especially ones from Tina and Admir. They say that Armor, Inkjet, Booyah, all coming out for Red Sun. If I really doubt right now they're going to be able to hold as Xylo as Action does go down. Brush trying to push that right side on Akumo. Akumo's going to have to be backed up, and right now control is back to the side of Red Sun. As right now Xylo's just struggling to find that control here, as just they keep getting pushed back by the specials of Red Sun.
Indeed, there's the hammer come out.
It does get 1. It might get 2 here, as Tina is trying to make some plays happen. Junior, okay, they do double team on Tina. Very smart play there. Ancient does come out from 1. They do get beamed down. Great pick by Action. And once again, zone is back on the side of Xylo, but they just have to try to get through this penalty. They do get a mid-air pick on Admir. Very clutch there. So, honestly, right now, Armor is right on the side of Red Sun. If they can maybe get their own specials and hold it out, Xylo could definitely get the lead here. They do pop Armor pretty early for Red Sun. Booyah Bomb does come out at the same time, though. If they hold zone here right now, Red Sun's coming in after the Booyah Bomb. This isn't optimal. Bomb Rush also coming out from Xylo. We might be seeing a lead shift here, but as I say that, Tina coming in from the right side, really get that zone, but doesn't get it. They keep coming out from Admir. Lead does shift to Xylo. And we see right now Red Sun trying to desperately push to get the zone. Zelda popping over once again, but is going to go down. Right now, only 2 left on the side of Red Sun. and they're gonna be able to do it, and that is gonna be the game for Xylo as they take it up 2-1.
Wow, I was not expecting Dollar to come back and win that set. But what really had them win that set, Delta on that junior, unfortunately just popped the armor a little bit too early, and they didn't approach zone when the armor was popped. They weren't in a position to, go for that zone. And then Exalo had 2 bomb rush, and you got the burst bomb rush, then you got the searching bomb rush. They were not going to get that zone. And Tina, we saw on the right side, tried to contest zone, but you're just getting zoned out by a bunch of bomb rushes and everything. You can't do much.
Yeah, it seems like the junior, as you called out, definitely the difference maker there. Cyburn and Kinshin, yes, thank you guys for the follows. Apparently we have an IPS fan club going on here today, so maybe we need some iHeart IPS merch or something going on here in the future. But yeah, it was interesting to see the junior stats, and similar armor amount, but one player had 9 KA and the other 1. So it just feels like maybe the armor usage wasn't the best for Red Sun there. And unfortunately, we got a DC here, so we're gonna reset the lobby. But yeah, Stormy and IPS. Any more thoughts about that game?
I just feel like that Xylo played that really well. Like I mentioned, that slosher pick was able to contest against that brush quite a bit. And you know what? It wasn't just a slosher. It was just the Xylo made an adjustment. Switching to that junior, let's say Xylo stayed on that A street. Let's say actually on the A street. If he stays on that A street, they're not winning that game. Because suction bombs, yeah, they're good, but it's like it's not enough pressure in these corners, But the junior can provide that pressure and be aggro at the same time. You can't exactly be aggro with an A street. So on a map like Humbug, that switch to junior was just perfect, and it came in at the right time.
Yeah, because it definitely felt like Red Sun had control almost for that first half of the game. There was a point where maybe it was even in risk of a knockout. Luckily, Xylo was there to flip the zone with specials. Yeah. But IPS, in your point of view, what was kind of that determining factor from Red Sun just dominating the first half of that game to really just not having any control at the end?
Red Sun at the beginning was playing off the fact that at one there was pretty much most of their pushbacks at the beginning were just right. We get Booyah, we get Inkjet, we get armor, we go in, then we start neutralizing zone, have people watching us. Then Tina just sneaks in with hammer or just with her brush and just gets picks. That was working all fine and dandy, but that was until a certain point, because if you keep doing that over and over, but then give back control to the other team, eventually you can't keep doing that. Eventually you stagger, and that was the issue when Delta popped armor way too early. There was only a Booyah bomb that went out, but no one followed up with the Booyah bomb, and Tina had nothing to follow up with. And pretty much bombers came out from down gate, and that was it. That was when Xylo was able just to get a lead, and there was no way for anyone from Red Sun to get in. And that's one main thing that low-level teams, I think, sometimes, or mid-level teams don't really understand. Is like, yeah, you can get your specials and always just push in and get the zone, and that's fine and dandy. But, like, sometimes you literally just need to try to get a pick. You need to just start pushing in slowly. You can't always rely constantly on your specials. In this game, specials are important, but they're not constantly important. And I feel like a lot, for example, Red Sun went down to the fact that they relied to them a lot in this match.
Yeah. Well, we are now ready for game number 4, Tower Control on the Reef. Red Sun needing a victory here to push us to that beloved game 5. Let's see if they can do it, or will Xylo close out the series right here. Take it away, my dudes.
So now TC Reef, very easy map to snowball. Let's see if Xylo changes their comp at all. It doesn't really seem... Actually, it did change. It did change, I think.
Such an interesting pick here. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's an interesting pick here. A camel tent on tower control of almost. I wonder if that's meant to push up on that ramp when they get the push going. I don't know if that was the best pick that Red Sun could go with. It looks like it might work against them.
Yeah, definitely. 10 is not a weapon you usually see on TC, and I feel like maybe that wasn't the best pick here. Another thing I noticed, they removed Tina And that might be another thing. They literally removed the one thing Xylo was scared about. And Xylo's probably, raving in happiness right now as they have an extremely aggro comp with a lot of bombs. And the one thing Tent does not like, I'll tell you right now, is bombs. And
Oh
right
my
now,
god.
nothing coming out from Red Sun. Just Xylo is going hard. Vertical here with this 10 is pretty much stuck with no shield now. Has hammer on the right. Is maybe going to get a Kuma on that left side, but still more pushing from Xylo here as they do get one. Blue finally goes down, and that might be the pushover, but Stormy, that's 3 checkpoints already done in just pretty much 1 minute and 10 seconds. What?
I just I understand maybe 10 is pretty good here, but I just don't understand that pick. And I'm not one to criticize, but I don't think I agree with that pick. Maybe they can prove me wrong, but taking away that brush just really hurt them. Just really hurt them in my opinion. But maybe they can turn this around and maybe get the push going back on their own. But they got a long way to go.
Yeah, we said that Vertigo here is making some plays, but unfortunately there's a bomb in front of the shield. And honestly, 10 on TC, not optimal, but I know some players that do it constantly because it's one trick 10. Players like Switch, players like
Nice
Anger.
pick.
Nice pick from Beam there, though. This might be enabling that they need right now. Xylo was in this position before. They panicked a lot, but I feel like if they can stay calm here and maybe get this 10 down, they do get the 10 down. Really good pick there. Angel does come out from Admir, though. Maybe they get the pick on Admir, and I think now they might be able to stop the push. They say that, though, still one on tower. Delta is going to go down, and I think that is going to be the push for Red Sun there. But,
The game is not over yet,
Yeah, definitely.
But there's still so much time on the clock, and if Red Sun can do what they did again and find these picks at the right pressure and if Vertical can stay alive the next time they push, they can go ahead and turn the game around and maybe get the win.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, they did clear a lot of their checkpoints. They just have the tower right back where it was again. If some picks here, the 3v2 situation right now, we see Action and Dino just up on his top right. The Ancient Admin right now with the missile as well. The pressure, that's 3 down. That's a
Oh my god, it's a wipe!
And that's going to be the lead for Red Sun. And it seems like right now that might be game as well.
That's the game!
It's going to be game for Red Sun.
Oh my god, we're going to a game 5, Luke Carter, we're going to a game 5. That was so perfect. It's like I said, the tent was able to distract with a stamp. They found 2 picks and Adamir on that engine just picking up people in Xylo. And you know what? I take back what I said. That tent pick did more than I thought. But you know what? He still struggled a little bit, only got 2 picks, but it did so much more work than we expected.
Oh man, I love the result-based analysis saying the tent sucks, and then once they win, the tent is awesome.
That's commentator.
I didn't say the 10 sucked. I just said that it's not the best pick for TC, but
exactly.
Yeah.
You got players like Swisher and Anger, both really strong 10 players and +2. They play talent TC. They make it work. It can work.
No,
it just doesn't play around the tower.
It's almost interesting that Xylo has played the Reef Tower Control 2 times in a row, almost the exact same thing, where they get a crazy aggressive first push, almost a KO. Luckily, they held on against Symphony. Didn't hold on against Red Sun, though, but it was almost the exact same game. It was like deja vu watching these Xylo players do almost the exact same thing in both games.
I feel like definitely that's a map they need to go back and practice, as I feel like, they did stop Red Sun's push, but then they started popping specials in mid, and then they went down again, and then, the towers didn't even move back that much, so Red Sun was already in the same spot to push again and get the lead there. So I think Xylo, one thing they need to understand here is they can't play as rash as they played in the past couple of weeks. This spread a wake-up call with Red Sun. They got to play careful. And the main thing as well, they don't got Neo, because Neo can just go in and get a bunch of kills. Meanwhile, this roster here definitely seems to be a little bit weaker, but hopefully now in this Game 5 on, I believe it's Rainmaker Schellendorf.
Yep.
Not the map I wanted to get to.
I don't know, get Swift back in here and ask him why.
I'm really going to have to drop kick him when I see him next time. But you know what? He let me comment at this match, so I appreciate it. But on this map, anything can happen.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
it just feels like a coin toss to me right now because this is Rainmaker, maybe on a map that they don't play a ton. So it feels like this is going to be a nail biter because I could honestly see this going either way, 50-50 split just down the line. No one really having a clear advantage in my mind.
Yeah. You see, here's the thing, right? Admir is on Knot. Now, the thing about Knot is that it's semi-decent on glass because it's a splatling on a glass in Schellendorf. It's all right. But the main thing also is that it can't abuse its holding charge mechanic there as much because if you go to swim form to hold your charge, you're just going to be a slow squid just going across there, you know? Although the brush, though, if they bring back the brush,
they have Subtina back in. They have. So
that's a good play right there. Brush can go rampant on this map if it wants to. But meanwhile, on the side of Xylo, unless they have Nautilus themselves, they don't really have a weapon that's good on glass or can abuse Schellendorf. So I feel like here, unfortunately, I think Red Sun is... I'm edging it out for Red Sun only by an inch, but just because of comps. Because I can feel like Tina and Admir can just go ham on this map.
Yeah, well... I'm excited. It was the Game 5 prediction, and we did get it. And this is, I mean, how can you get more hype when you're going to a Game 5 with both teams undefeated, both teams a chance to give the other team their first loss and to claim first place all by themselves. So even though it's only week 3 and there's, both teams have a great shot at making the playoffs and they have a great shot at making a deep run, I feel like both these teams really want to make a statement here. They really are hungry for this win. I'm expecting a bloody back and forth battle. Hopefully we don't get that quick Rainmaker KO. I want to see these teams earn it. And we are now ready for game number 5 between our top 2 teams, Xylo and Red Sun. Let's jump into the action and throw out some hype in the chat. Let's go.
Right, Schellendorf Rainmaker, what I like to call also hell. We see here right now Xylo. Action though, that's a weapon I didn't even think about. Rapid Pro, Deco. Not only is walking on that glass, but Rapid Pro can just pretty much zone out anyone up there. And that might be the weapon here that could stop Tina from moving around wherever they want. They also do have that splash for the Rainmaker pop with the Suction Bomb Rush. Oh, and there is a DC.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, well, they can get a replay, I believe, so nothing. Yeah, it's not too bad. Well, that was...
I have to jump back into the analyst desk. Yeah, they're giving them the KO. So after all of that hype, after all of those chats thrown out, it ends in a quick DC. But again, at least it was a quick DC, so... hopefully we get them right back into the lobby, no problem. Mega Pocky, thank you so much for the follow. You are awesome. Much love. I'm excited that you are here for our game number 5 between Xylo and Red Sun. Both teams undefeated. Both teams ready to go except for, good old Nintendo internet connections, that whole thing.
Hopefully we do get a nice game 5.
Oh, well, instead we get a nice $19 tip from Jorian.
Nice.
The $19 Fortnite card, the leader of Outcast Ninjas, bumping up the prize pool by a nice fat $19, taking the top donation right there. Thank you, Jorian. You are amazing. Let's go. Giving that hype to game number 5. Both teams are now ready. And with the extra motivation of a prize pool that is increasing. So let's jump back into the action. Fingers crossed for no DCs this time.
Right. So, as I was saying, this map is hell. And we already saw here action coming out with a Rapid Pro Deco, which is a really, really good weapon for this map, especially with that wall. That can honestly block off Tina in some situations and might be a good counter to Admir, as weapons that do slow down a Knot, that's just, any weapon that can slow down a Knot is good. Other than that, though, we do see Nautilus from both sides. You also see the splash coming out from Red Sun, probably to put that bomb rush pressure in the pops. But we do see, like I said, Tina going down here already, and right now just Xylo's controlling this top mid here. Looking to make something happen, but not much happening really right now. Pretty much... you got all of Red Sun just pushed back, but no one on Xylo is picking up the Rainmaker. Delta here going for a hero play on the Junior, but it's going to have to drop back down and, Tina does go down again as finally someone from Dilo does drop. And right now, all we're seeing here is just right now, Xylo has control, but has to push. As I say that, they do grab the Rainmaker though. And Delta here trying to push in is going to go back mid. But you see, you have only one person really on that left side, Beam going on with this Bombers. Tina does get on the flank though. That casual brush flank. Although 3 down on the, that's a wipe on the side of the Red Sun, and the Balloon is just gonna rush the Rainmaker. The only one that's able to stop that probably is gonna be Delta. Does stop it at 18 already. A really good push by Xylo here. Still 3 minutes 45 seconds left. Red Sun can definitely bring this back, but we do see Armor at the ready for action on the side of Xylo. So, you know, this map with the comp that Xylo has can be really easy to defend as long as they watch out for Tina. As I say that, they do get Admir down right now, so it's looking pretty alright for Xylo right now. Storm, you there?
Looks like he may have, I don't know, gone somewhere else, so I'll jump in
Stormy's
here.
not there, but I'm here. Hello, everybody.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm here. Wait, I didn't know I was on mute. I'm stupid. I'm sorry.
All right,
No,
talk.
I was saying that I think Red Sun needs to get off this glass because Xylo has this charger and then this rapid blaster, and it's going to be really hard for them to push. So they need, if they want to take lead, they need to take it from the bottom and not from the glass.
Yeah, definitely. We see Tina here, Shark on this left side, definitely waiting for someone. You know, we do have Dino here shooting there, Kumo just being wary, not just going there blindly, but Tina is still just there, but she might be cut out soon as people are just shooting in that direction. But right now, Rainmaker unpopped in mid, and just, you know, Xylo's just playing a smart playing defense. They do find Tina and do get that pick there. You know, that's the one thing about Brush is if it sharks for a long time, it does nothing and then just dies with the shark. That can be really bad because, you know, you just did nothing for like 20 seconds and you just go down. But as I said, maybe the Ancient does get the pick on action. That is really good. That's a major thing of control there gone down. And just a double by Dino. And that is going to pretty much end the push for, another snipe. And that's going to be probably another one. Oh, very near there. But I think that was a triple there for Dino there. Really good plays by him. Really good shots. Able to pretty much single-handedly just stop Red Sun's push. As right now, right now we're just seeing Red Sun struggle to get something going as their junior goes down.
It's like I said, that Rapid Blaster and that Charger is going to do a lot of work for Xylo on this map. And what Xylo is doing is that when Red Sun pops specials, they just completely stalled them out. Like we see Tina is able to get nothing done here because when they pop the armor, nothing really happens. Like nothing happens. Like right now, Armor Inkjet just gets completely snuffed out.
Yeah, and right now it's just a 4v3 situation here. We again have Beam here on this right side, I think trying to use that bomber. Someone does grab Rainmaker. Okay, Delta trying to tow, but doesn't have anyone around him, and Blue's just gonna pick him off. Not sure what the plan was there, but Tina here with this hammer, maybe makes someone does get one. Maybe looking for a second pick here, is not able to get one, although someone just grabbed Rainmaker mid. That's 3 down now for the side of Xylo. Don't know why someone for the side of Xylo did grab that Rainmaker. That was a pretty questionable play here. Tina now pushing up hella hard, you know, and she is in the best spot though and does go down. Right now, Delta trying to run with this Rainmaker is going to go down.
They got to get Pop again. They have to get Pop again, and he has a bomb rush.
Maybe if they contest that, they can stop that, but right now they do have a wall in front of that Rainmaker. Bombs being put in front of that Rainmaker. Beam trying to make a play himself, but they do know where Beam is. They have the opportunity here. Tina going for that Rainmaker is going to go down, though. That's going to be 28. A burst now. Beam trying to push up, though. Pop coming from Red Sun. Right now, Armor does not on both sides. Pressure has to be put on by Xylo. They just can't let Beam.
Oh my god, this could be huge. This is huge. And it is Xylo just holding on to the fence. The splash wall is going to stop him.
Amazing wall there by action to win the game.
Oh my god, no, they had it. Red Sun had it. He popped the bomb rush. I just feel like they were so scared. Because in that situation, what you have to do is you pop that bomb rush, that Rainmaker. You pick it up. Okay, it gets stopped. Your teammates use their bombs, pop the Rainmaker again, and you have your game. You get the lead right there, but they were just so scared to do it. And that's why they didn't take it.
Wow. What a crazy game there on Rainmaker Schellendorf. You guys might not like that map, but it was a hype match right there. And what a way to end Game 5, too. Just points shy. And they tried to grab the Rainmaker.